Joking, by the way.
No. Like, I love this moment because you're celebrating with your fans and then you go back and you're celebrating with your group and your mates, and I love that moment. I love both, but I loved it back in the dressing room, and then it's like, usually it's where we going, what we doing.
Who's sorting out the tables?
Who's sorting out
what nightclub?
But yeah, this is where the emotions kick in as well, because you can really take in the moment and take in what you've actually achieved. Because again, this is I think it's the 5th final that they've come to.
Right, yeah.
Now the first time they've actually won it. Amazing scenes in there.
Do you know what you do when you walk in after winning a final? Obviously, I didn't win the FA Cup, but I won a couple of other finals. You after all the celebrations and the emotion and the high fives, etc., and the champagne splashing everywhere, you have that moment where you sit in your seat, where you're getting changed, you slump, and you take it in, and you look around, you have a little giggle to yourself at people messing about, and you watch other people how they're taking it in. They're the moments that you look back on now when you think about them times, you know what I mean? And then you see people winding up their shorts and their socks and their shirts for memorabilia to keep. Little things that I had people placing their medals in their pockets, don't want to lose it, putting it around the hooks where their clothes are. Crazy little details like that kitmen and all the kitmen you see sometimes, and the people behind the scenes have their little moment in the corners. It's great to see. It's a beautiful thing.
Do you know what's nice as well? It's the first time you get to call your family.
Yeah.
You know, I remember the first time I won anything, the League Cup was in Cardiff, and then that moment when, because you want to win things as a kid, so to ring your parents and just to share it with them, and they're so excited for you and so proud. They're nice moments.
I rang my dad and he come and picked me up, but I was a little bit worse for wear.
What, at the stadium?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Was it Leicester? Or was it? Oh, that team was full of people that knew how to enjoy themselves.
Oh, I love it. You never even got away from the stadium. All right, well, let's have a look at the goal then. That means all those emotions are going to be the emotions that those Leicester City players are feeling.
He takes it on straight away. I mean, like we were talking before, I think Jorginho, this is where one area where I don't like in his game is that he can't get across the ground. He should be the one getting across there. He shouldn't be pointing the defender to get out. If Thiago goes there, he leaves the space for Vardy's in.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about Jorginho, there is holes in his games, and that's one of them. He knew he didn't have the legs to get there, so he's trying to dictate to people around him, and that'll always be a frail. So I'm not worried about what he did in the week when he gave the ball away, because that was very rare. But that happens a lot in his game, you know. And I think now Thomas Tuchel, when he's thinking of the Champions League final, Man City, you can't leave for Phil Foden or a Riyad Mahrez as well in that situation. You've got to get out there. You know, I don't want to take nothing away from the strike, but from a Chelsea's performance and a defensive perspective, if you're playing that role, first and foremost, before anything you do with a ball, you've got to stop that happening. And he didn't do it tonight. So Tuchel's got a big decision, not only Tuesday night in the Champions League final. Jorginho's a fabulous player on the ball, but there is holes in his game.
Okay, well, let's bring Peter Walton into the conversation, because the Chelsea fans know full well, because they thought they'd got an equaliser late on, Peter. So did VAR look at that, decide it wasn't an important moment? Explain the decision-making that you think's gone on there.
Well, it's a subjective viewpoint whether or not it was a handball. Personally, I don't think it was a handball. The ball's deflected off Perez's knee and just caught his arm. Now, that's in itself, people may argue is handball. I don't think it was. However, VAR would not have got involved in that incident because the actual goal-scoring opportunity didn't occur immediately. There was a potential handball. There was some 7 seconds or so between that potential handball and the ball hitting the back of the net. That's not immediately, and the law states it's only an offence if the goal-scoring opportunity happens immediately. So good use of VAR.
There you go. That's why he's here, and we'll talk about the other use of VAR in just a few moments. Peter, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I really want to talk about the goalkeeper. Obviously, the goal is going to be the photo on the back pages of all the papers, but 27 years ago yesterday, Peter Schmeichel won his first FA Cup trophy.
Wow.
Now his son picks one up. Special.
Special moment. Again, it must be difficult being the son of probably, arguably, the best Premier League goalkeeper. I've played against his dad.